Hello everybody, my name is Cade Olaf with Suburban Real Estate Group. In this month's Suburban Spotlight, we have Eric Scholl with Foodie Magoo's here in Sahuarita, Arizona. So Eric, thanks for having us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate the invite. It's great.
I'm excited to do this. So our first question in this interview is, what is Foodie Magoo's for anyone that doesn't know, and what is your favorite part about owning this type of business?
Yeah, definitely. So Foodie Magoo's is, obviously it's a food delivery business. We're locally based. We're similar to some of the other competition that's around, but we kind of pride ourselves being local, right? We have relationships with our drivers. They're not just a number. We have them we know them by name. We have meetings. We have dinners sometimes. We kind of cater to the restaurants a little bit more so than I would say the other competitors. We don't charge as much of a fee. There's no activation fees. There's no any extra hidden costs. It's just cut and dry. Our restaurants is what we really aspire to, make sure they're happy. We have really great relationships with all the owners. Consider them all friends. I would definitely sit down and break bread with them. They're that type of relationship, and it's worked to our benefit because some of the other competitors might have come in and tried to get that partnership, and with the loyalty and the relationship we have, it really benefited us. So it was great.
Yeah, and even when we came in here, so we're actually sitting in pub 1922. The owner kind of talked to me, and he said he knew you by name and everything. And you guys really help each other out, so it's cool that you guys are on that relationship level.
Well, it's funny because we're local, right? So he coaches my kids' baseball team.
Oh, nice.
So it all goes. If I mess up with this partnership, it could jeopardize my kids' baseball career, right? I'm just kidding. So no, it's it's a great community feel here. We're from Alaska, Juneau, which is kind of the same population size, and we wanted to move down here to a community that kind of felt the same, and because that kind of was our security. And so when we came down to visit, because we wanted to move, we found Sahuarita, and it was just wow, this is a perfect place to raise a family. Then I was like, okay, well, what's my business idea gonna be for, I owned a restaurant there, I gotta do something. And so I wanted to get out of the restaurant industry, but I was so good at it. I was like, well, what can I do that's kind of close to it? And so stumbled across, food delivery, and, then the pandemic hit, and then I was like, well, now I really have to do it. And so we moved our whole entire family, everything, all our belongings in 2 weeks to come down here to start this business because it was just a great opportunity. So, and I was able to help, I believe. We do prescription pills deliveries, we do grocery delivery, we do alcohol delivery. So we're very fortunate to have the support we do, and we want to continue growing with the community.
So you said you started during COVID. Is that that's when you started, or were you doing it before that as well?
So we planned, it was really by chance, in December before COVID, we were gonna move down here, and then COVID started happening and all these things started happening. My business shut down up there. And then, so when that happened, that was when we really pulled the trigger and decided, but it was an idea a little bit before it. So. Yeah.
So, but yeah, COVID was essentially the start.
It was get your butt in gear type thing. It was it's like slapping you in the face. Here's an opportunity to, one, help, and two, try to have a business down here that is sustainable. So.
Right. So you mentioned third-party services as well. How do those kind of affect your decision making when it comes to Foodie Magoo's?
The third-party services have their business model and the way they kind of do things, and we try to use some of their tactics as well, with some of our marketings and stuff of that sort. But we just try to be a little bit different. We don't charge our restaurants nearly as much. We try our hardest to be competitive with our customers' fees. We have great subscription membership plans where you're only paying, I think it's $6 a month for highly discounted delivery fees.
Nice.
We give out, coupons weekly. We try to, the great thing about competition is that it makes you do better, right? And so that's the plus of it. So we've really had to focus on just giving our customers what they want, and then also just keeping our drivers happy. That's the biggest thing. It's a big balance of customers, drivers, and then your partnerships. There's a lot of things that have to kind of be balanced. If we're giving more attention to the restaurants and less to the drivers, that could be a problem. Vice versa with the customers. So it's a very fickle balance for sure.
Yeah. And it seems like, at least to me, that you've kind of perfected the relationship-based atmosphere, whereas I don't think the third-party services really offer that. I think you've kind of hit that nail on the head.
Exactly. So like with the restaurants, like if there's an issue, they have to call somebody and they don't know who they're going to talk to, right? It's just a random person. So if there's ever an issue here, I got Sam from Pub 22. Hey, Eric, get your butt down here. The tablet's not working. And so whatever, it's technology. You can't. But I'm down here, 10 minutes, or I call my manager, hey, and they all know us by names. Like I said, we have a great relationship with all our restaurants, and I believe they're pretty happy, and they're really starting to trust the whole delivery service, because it's really hard to trust some of these services at first, just because of the dynamics of kind of what COVID kind of did. It really, there was mandates in Tucson for the fees that they were charging. It was just like they were like handcuffed to be using these services, and I didn't want my restaurants to feel that. I wanted them to feel like this was an option for them to grow a little bit more and have more of a market, because now pubs are able to like reach Kanoa Ranch, like easily like that, right? And so like we can make that happen for them, So it's definitely an interesting market, and it's an interesting business that I've thoroughly enjoyed.
Well, Eric, where do you see Foodie Magoo's growing here locally in the next 5 years? How do you see it growing?
So we've really I think we've got as many partnerships as I think we're going to get. I mean, we're going to always circle back to other restaurants, see if they're interested. Grocery delivery, we're starting to do that. I just hope to just grow the customer base is the most, because it's funny. It's like we've been here about 2 years, and there's still people that don't really know about us. Yeah. So we're finding out marketing strategies, ways to get the name out. Because just the other day I talked to this lady, and she was like, "Wow, like I never heard about you guys. Oh, this is so great. Like this is so cool. Like oh man, I wish I would have knew about you guys earlier." And so for us, our mission is like to get out in front of people to let them know there's a service. Let them know you can get your prescriptions delivered. You don't have to leave the house if you're not vaccinated. If you feel like you're unsafe leaving the house, we're here for you. And our drivers, they're hardworking drivers, and they're there for you. And the great thing is like you have that personal touch with the drivers. A lot of our customers know our drivers' names. It's so like cool. We're not just like our customers aren't just a number. Our drivers aren't just it's like I say, we've been really enjoying the process.
Awesome, Eric.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for letting us do this. It was awesome. And for everyone watching, where can they find out more about Foodie Magoo's?
Go to foodiemagoos.com. That's pretty much it, and spelled FOODIEMAGOOS.com. Check our Facebook out. Check our Google reviews out. We want to build trust with you guys, and just continuing to give this service to this community.
Awesome, Eric. Well, thanks again, and thank you to everyone watching. My name is Kate Olaf, and we will see you in the next one.